Hi, this is Professor Bubblegum. Let's talk about an independent t-test. The most common design which uses an independent t-test is when exactly two different groups of participants or things are compared on the same dependent variable. Because groups or categories are used for the comparison, the independent variable is a nominal level variable. Here's an example of a study that would use an independent t-test. 60 similar bottles of wine are randomly assigned to one of two groups. One group is stored in a refrigerator for a month. The other group is stored at room temperature for a month. Both groups are then brought to room temperature and tasted by a panel of wine experts. The dependent variable is the rating of taste as assessed by experts on, say, a 1 to 10 scale. Here's how we would analyze that independent t-test for this wine study. Let's assume that the following data was produced by this study. It's the data we would need for an independent t-test. There'd be a sample size of 30 in each group. There'd be a mean rating, a score of how good the wine was, of 8.03 in the refrigerated group with a standard deviation of 1.77. and a mean rating of 7.07 in the room temperature group with a standard deviation of 1.60. These are the values you would put in the formula for an independent t-test, or you'd put in the computer or whatever. Statistical analysis would result in an observed t-value of 2.22, which is associated with a probability of 0.03. 0.03 is less than the customary critical p-value of 0.05. The difference between the two groups' means is greater than would be expected by just chance. So the refrigerated bottles of wine tasted better. So it's reasonable to conclude that wine, or at least the type of wine used in the study, should be refrigerated. Here are things to think about when you're doing an independent t-test. T-tests are a specific type of analysis of variance, so it's okay to refer to this procedure as analysis of variance. It is analysis of variance with only two groups. If you conduct an analysis of variance using this two-group design, you will get the same result in terms of statistical significance. The analysis of variance's resulting F value is the independent t-test's t-value squared. If you have some concern that the dependent variable is not really interval or ratio level, consider using non-parametric approaches, such as something called the Mann-Whitney test. The p-value reported in this example is two-tailed, which means that a significant difference in either direction would be treated as meaningful. Most researchers are interested in two-tailed p-values. The term independent, identifying this type of t-test, refers to the independence of the two groups. Different people or things produce the two sets of scores, and they're not associated with each other in any meaningful way. Don't be confused by the fact that we also use the term independent to refer to independent variables when discussing research designs. Thanks for listening to me, Professor Bubblegum, talk about the independent t-test. And if you're like me, you'll want to check out all the books written by my friend, Bruce Frey. That's spelled F-R-E-Y. Goodbye.